Most people know Jay-Z as a rapper, the Brooklyn legend, the hip-hop icon, the man behind Empire State of Mind, but few understand the business empire he built beyond the microphone. He came from nothing. He sold drugs on street corners. He couldn't get a record deal. Yet today, he's worth over $1 billion and controls businesses in music, fashion, sports, and alcohol. This is Shawn Carter, better known as Jay-Z, the rapper who became a billionaire by turning every setback into a comeback. From Marcy Projects to the mic, Shawn Corey Carter was born on December 4, 1969 in Brooklyn, New York. Today, at 55 years old, he's worth approximately $25 billion and is one of the most successful businessmen in entertainment history. But Jay-Z's story didn't start with success. It started with struggle, poverty, and survival. He grew up in the Marcy houses, a housing project in Brooklyn's tough Bed-Stuy neighborhood. His father abandoned the family when Shawn was young. His mother, Gloria Carter, raised 4 kids alone. Money was scarce. Opportunities were limited. Violence was everywhere. Jay-Z once said, "I grew up in a place where your dreams didn't make it out of the hood. You either died, went to jail, or got lucky." As a teenager, Shawn got caught up in street life. He sold crack cocaine to make money. He carried a gun for protection. He saw friends die and go to prison. But he also had a gift, rap. A childhood friend remembered Shawn could freestyle for hours. He had this incredible memory. He'd rap entire songs without writing anything down. Jay-Z didn't write his lyrics down. He memorized everything. His mind was his notebook. Music became his escape, his hope, his way out. But getting out wasn't easy. The rejection that built an empire. In the early 1990s, Jay-Z tried to get a record deal. He shopped his demos to every major label in New York. They all said no. Label executives didn't believe in him. They thought he was too old, too street, too Brooklyn. They wanted something else. Jay-Z later recalled, "Every label rejected me. They said I wouldn't sell. They said rap was a fad. They were wrong." Instead of giving up, Jay-Z made a decision that changed his life. If nobody would sign him, he'd sign himself. In 1995, Jay-Z and his friends Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs founded Roc-A-Fella Records in a tiny office in New York. They had almost no money. They pressed their own CDs. They sold them out of car trucks. They hustled like their lives depended on it. In 1996, Jay-Z released his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. It didn't go platinum immediately, but it became a classic. Critics loved it. Real hip-hop fans loved it. Jay-Z was on his way. A music journalist from that era said, "Reasonable Doubt wasn't just an album, it was a statement." Jay-Z announced to the world, "I'm here, and I'm not leaving." From rapper to mogul, over the next decade, Jay-Z became one of the biggest rappers in the world. He released hit after hit, Hard Knock Life, Big Pimpin', 99 Problems, Dirt Off Your Shoulder. He sold millions of albums. He won Grammy Awards. He became a superstar. But Jay-Z didn't just want to be a rapper. He wanted to own everything. In 1999, he launched Roc-A-Wear, a clothing line that captured urban fashion. At its peak, Roc-A-Wear was generating over $700 million in annual revenue. In 2007, Jay-Z sold Roc-A-Wear for $204 million, but kept creative control. He made hundreds of millions while still wearing his own brand. A fashion industry expert said, "Jay-Z understood something most rappers didn't. Don't just endorse a brand, own the brand." In 2008, Jay-Z became part owner and president of Def Jam Records, one of hip-hop's most legendary labels. He ran it for 3 years before stepping down to focus on other ventures. But his biggest business move was yet to come. The champagne that changed everything. In 2006, Jay-Z started mentioning a champagne brand called Armand de Brignac in his songs and videos. It came in a distinctive gold bottle. Fans went crazy for it. What people didn't know, Jay-Z secretly owned the brand. He bought Armand de Brignac named Ace of Spades and turned it into a status symbol. Celebrities, athletes, and millionaires wanted it because Jay-Z made it cool. In 2014, Armand de Brignac was valued at over $250 million. In 2021, Jay-Z sold half of the company to LVMH, the world's largest luxury group, for a reported $300 million. A luxury brand consultant explained, Jay-Z didn't just sell champagne, he sold aspiration. He made people feel like millionaires by drinking what he drank. Jay-Z also invested heavily in Douce Cognac, another premium alcohol brand. By 2021, his stake was worth an estimated $150 million. He sold that too, this time to Bacardi, for a massive profit. A business analyst said Jay-Z buys brands cheap, makes them cool, then sells them for fortunes. He's a marketing genius. Tidal. Betting on artists. In 2015, Jay-Z made a controversial move. He bought Tidal, a music streaming service, for $56 million. People mocked him. They said Tidal couldn't compete with Spotify or Apple Music. They said he wasted his money. Jay-Z didn't care. He believed artists deserved better pay from streaming. He wanted to build a platform that put artists first. Tidal struggled at first, but Jay-Z kept pushing. He signed exclusive deals with Beyoncé, Kanye West, and Rihanna. He made Tidal the home for major album releases. In 2021, Jay-Z sold majority control of Tidal to Square, now Block, for $297 million. He turned a $56 million investment into nearly $300 million in 6 years. A music industry executive said people doubted Jay again. And again, he proved them wrong. Roc Nation, building an empire. Jay-Z founded Roc Nation, a full-service entertainment company. It manages artists, athletes, and entertainers. It handles music, sports, touring, and branding. Roc Nation represents some of the biggest names in the world: Rihanna, DJ Khaled, Meek Mill, Big Sean, Skylar Diggins, Smith, and many more. The company also negotiated Jay-Z's massive partnership with the NFL, making him a key figure in the Super Bowl halftime show and social justice initiatives. A Roc Nation executive said Jay built Roc Nation to give artists and athletes control, to protect them from bad deals, to build generational wealth. Roc Nation is now valued at hundreds of millions of dollars and continues to grow. The Beyoncé factor. No discussion of Jay-Z's empire is complete without mentioning his wife, Beyoncé. Jay-Z and Beyoncé married in 2008. Together, they became music's first billionaire couple. Beyoncé is worth an estimated $800 million to $1 billion herself. Together, their combined fortune exceeds $3 billion. They own real estate worth over $300 million, including mansions in Los Angeles, New York, and the Hamptons. They've collaborated on music, tours, and business ventures. They're partners in every sense. A music industry insider said Jay and Bey are the ultimate power couple. They build together, they invest together, they win together. Their 3 children, Blue Ivy, Rumi, and Sir, are already growing up in a world of wealth and privilege their parents never knew. But Jay-Z and Beyoncé have worked to stay grounded. They're deeply involved in social justice, education, and criminal justice reform. The Billionaire Blueprint. In 2019, Forbes officially declared Jay-Z a billionaire. He became hip-hop's first billionaire, ahead of Dr. Dre and Diddy. His wealth comes from multiple sources: music catalog and royalties, $75 million Roc Nation, $140 million Armand de Brignac champagne before sale, $310 million Douce Cognac before sale, $100 million Tidal before sale, $100 million art collection, $70 million art collection. Investments, hundreds of millions. A wealth advisor said Jay-Z is the blueprint for how artists should build wealth. Don't just make money, invest it, own things, build businesses. Jay-Z himself once rapped, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." That line became his philosophy. The activism and giving back, Jay-Z hasn't forgotten where he came from. He's used his wealth and influence to fight for social justice. He's funded legal battles for wrongfully convicted people. He's supported criminal justice reform. He's spoken out against police brutality and systemic racism. Through his Shawn Carter Foundation, he's provided scholarships to underprivileged students. He's helped thousands of kids go to college who otherwise couldn't afford it. A foundation director said, "Jay-Z gives quietly. He doesn't brag about his philanthropy. He just does it." Jay-Z has also produced documentaries and content highlighting social issues, including the Oscar-nominated film Time, the Khalif Browder story. He's used his platform to amplify voices that are often ignored. The man behind the billion, besides his wealth, Jay-Z remains remarkably grounded in some ways. He's private about his family, he doesn't flaunt his money excessively, he's strategic and thoughtful, but he's also competitive and proud. He doesn't forget slights, he doesn't back down from challenges. At 55, Jay-Z is still working, still investing, still building. He's not retired, he's not slowing down. He's expanded into venture capital, investing in tech startups, cannabis companies, and emerging brands. Jay-Z proved that where you start doesn't determine where you finish. That rejection isn't failure, it's redirection. That you can come from the projects and build $1 billion empire. From Marcy Projects to Madison Square Garden, from street corners to corporate boardrooms, from drug dealer to mogul. That's the story of Jay-Z, the rapper who became a billionaire by refusing to stay in his lane. If you enjoyed learning about Jay-Z's incredible journey from the streets of Brooklyn to $1 billion empire, let us know who we should feature next. The greatest success stories often come from the most unlikely places, and we're telling them all.